Maris Montegrande is a 20-year-old call center agent from Davao City. A breadwinner in her family, Maris admits she has no time to think, much less worry about the midterm elections.
Para po sa akin kasi may job ako ngayon, so currently dami kong priorities. Like pinag-aaral ko yung kapatid ko, so wala akong time muna para sa election or about sa politics sa bansa natin.
Like Maris' 24-year-old Russell Pua, a freelance videographer, says he is also not interested in this year's polls.
Actually, last election, I'm a very ardent supporter kay President Duterte. This year, I won't be participating sa election because I'm just fed up with the current government.
27-year-old Jules Kiang, a founder of a youth organization, on the other hand, will be participating in this year's elections.
I think the youth can actually dictate the future of this election. This is a very compelling information that all members of the youth sector should realize that we have this kind of power.
Maris, Russell, and Jules belong to the so-called millennial group whose voting power can shape the outcome of the midterm elections. According to the Commission on Elections, there are around 26.3 million voters who are 18 to 34 years old. That's more than 40% of the country's 61 million voting population.
If you consider the number of votes garnered by the winners from the previous elections, then you get a sense of how powerful this bloc can actually be. You're talking about 21 million voters in a political environment that only takes around 16 million to elect a president.
Media literacy advocate Erin Medina meanwhile shares a similar sentiment. They say this millennial generation is politically energetic and can have a big say in this year's polls.
So hindi lang sila basta nauuto o nag-iisip din yung mga millennials na to. So they desire for something. They desire for change. They desire for something, upward na yung di pong pagtaas ba nung kanilang antas ng pamumuhay.
Pulse Asia research reveals that millennials belonging to the 25 to 34 age bracket, like Jules, are more responsive to national events.
When they start having families and they're working, they realize the impact of national events on their work lives, their professional lives, their personal lives, their family life. So then they develop a greater interest in political issues.
Those in the 18 to 24 age bracket, like Maris and Russell, are more passive to political causes.
When they're 18, they're still in college, okay, up to 20, now 22, because of K to 12. They're still essentially relying on their parents to make a lot of decisions.
Sociologist Jimrel Naval offers a similar observation, saying the focus of the younger millennials is more on their career.
Ang concentration nila ay sa kanilang career. For sure. Hindi ko alam. May mga pumasok sa politiko, no? Yung at age of 37, pwede ka na mag-senador. No? Pero sa tingin ko yan ay busy pa lang, no? Sa kanilang career. So, karerista itong mga millennials so far.
The youth say they want real changes from the government that will benefit the Filipino people. With their large voting population, the youth, experts say, can dictate how these elections turn out. But that can only happen if they go out and exercise their right in choosing the country's leaders. Chrissy De Matulak, CNN Philippines.